Pelletier through the neutral zone. Pelletier, a long wrister, is gloved out of the air, in which they came from behind in the third, down 1-0. Second time through was a 3-0 Silvertip lead midway through the third before the Chiefs scored thrice before period's end, killed off a power play in overtime, and then scored 4 times in the shootout to come up with a victory, 4-3. Rowan Woodward has it in the far corner for the Silvertips, looking to lead for Caden Zaplitny. Zaplitny pressured by Matt Gross around behind the Spokane net. To retrieve is Will McIsaac. Sends it up along the wall. Tipped by the Chiefs, no icing on the play, so Cowan hops behind his net. The Tips go for a line change, a minute and a half gone by here in the first period. Cameron Seitzma holds in front of the penalty box doors and loops it around the chute. Dawson Cowan leaves for his defenseman Braden Crampton. Pelletier hands to Jameson, up ice. Here comes Kyan Gruette. Scored a big goal for the Silvertips on Friday. Tied the game at 3 at the time, up in Kamloops. Here's Rowan Woodward. For Gruette along the near wall. Gruette rolls the puck along the yellow kick, played out to the far midboards, picked up by Crampton as no one home for Everett. Forces a takeaway. Here's Heslop. He's stuck by a high hit McIsaac. McIsaac really throwing his weight around 6'2", 170 is Will McIsaac. Here's Heslop, a shot from the boards, and he scores! Jesse Heslop! Another look at the replay. As Cowan is holding the post, he's moving side to side. Heslop, a seemingly innocuous shot that somehow gets through the left arm of Dawson Cowan. And so the Silvertips pick up an early tally. They lead it 1-0. Here's Caden Hamill on the right side. Hamill skates around behind the net. Hits the brakes on Hayes, spins to the net. Hamill driving in front for Heslop. That's blocked. Good skating there by Caden Hamill. Woodward had himself a power play helper on Friday night. Has seen some increased minutes due to the absences of Roost and Hemmerling. Here he is setting up Courtney, a shot that's blocked. Bouncing puck picked up by Gibson, sent off the end boards. Hops out to the far corner. Gazowski takes a hit from Paskowitz. Thanks to a shot by Jesse Heslop, that turns into his 10th goal of the season. It is Cooper Gazowski up the near side. He's picked to the puck. Here comes Pelletier in 2-on-2. Crisscrosses with Heslop. Heslop looking back towards the slot. Pass broken up. Good back check there by Brinson. Caden Hamill will paddle the puck around behind the Spokane net. 6.5 gone by here in the first period. Caden Hamill from center. Deposits deep. Cowan going for skates behind his net. Just trying to keep the Spokane netminder moving. Never comfortable in his crease. Here's Caden Hamill, a blast from the point that bounces out to the near corner. Cowan got a big stick on it. Brinson and Gruette tied up along the near side boards. A pile up along the kick plate. Stationary puck is peeled away by Zaplitny. Turnaround shot that's sent wide, picked up by Sutter. Sutter lofts it around behind for Rowan Woodward. Wraparound try, save, rebound, another stop by Cowan. Rowan Woodward banks it to Hamill. Hamill holding, gliding to his left. A wrister shanks well high over the netting. The first period, 1-0 Tips. Pelletier wins the draw to Caden Hamill, who spins off Jake Goodell. Hamill up the right side, gets around him, working his way in along the goal line. Hamill goes for a skate behind the net. Out to the far circle, sets up Heslop at the point. Heslop waits a long wrister, getting a piece of it, Berezowski, but sent wide. It's Pelletier juggling the puck along the near side boards. Nice moving by Pelletier. Cuts to his backhand, sends around deep. Berezowski tapped in front off the side of the net. Pelletier works it back to the point. It's Caden Hamill. Snapped to Pelletier. In front looking for Heslop. It's broken up. A save by Cowan. Rebound tucked in and scored! It's Heslop net, and we've seen how good he is in close around the net. As here he is, the initial shot stopped. A rebound picked up and tucked in inside the post. Great work there by Heslop, who now has 11 goals on the season and his first career multi-goal game. Here's a blast now for Courtney that's sent wide. Back to work come the Silvertips, and not for nothing, that whole sequence is begun by Caden Hamill. Hamill has been terrific so far in the early goings. Dexter Whittle up the right side. Matthew Paskowitz runs his weight up against Brinson. Hamill will get the secondary helper on the goal. Raphael Pelletier the primary. Caden Hamill gets gets a point for his transition. Zaplitny moving to his left, joined by Woodward and Jamieson. Down low finds Woodward. Woodward turns out behind the net. Zaplitny settles. Intended for Gibson at the near circle. Spots up. A shot from the boards. That's blocked. Picked up by Cicek and carried out by leads the rush the other way with numbers. It's Heslop on the left wing. Heslop lowers his shoulder. In front, a shot. Glove save made by Spokane Chiefs. Misses the mark. A delayed penalty coming up against Spokane. Into the far post. Caden Hamill out to the blue line. Extra skater on. Hamill skates in. A wrister. He scores! His 7th of the season. And for Hamill, that's got to feel good. His first goal in 24 games. He skates up to the top of the circle. And that is some release on Hamill. Here's a hard check by Bo Courtney in the near corner as the Silvertips get back to work. They're leading 3-0 over as he's got a solid 6 inches above Matthew Paskowitz as he worked his way in. Gross 6'2", 187. So Paskowitz is 5'8", 172. From his own zone, it's Reagan Wiles, the captain of the Chargers, across the red line and loops it deep. Matthew Paskowitz will chase for the Tips. Paskowitz runs his weight against Crampton. Tomasa DeLuca comes together with Bo Courtney. Turnover. Paskowitz turnaround shot. Blocker saved by Cowan. And Reagan Wiles holds with 1:15 remaining in the first period. Up for Cade Hayes. 3-on-2 if they hustle. It's Pelletier, a shot attempt that's blocked. To Berezowski in the corner. His sharp angle try sent behind the net. Cameron Seitzma pitches in. Sent behind the net. No one home for the Silvertips, and so Spokane able to bank it out toward 5 seconds. One last rush for the Tips. Jamieson, a long shot that's steered aside by Cowan. Picked up by Paskowitz. 2 seconds and 1. That will do it for the first. Paskowitz to Stewart and drops the puck, and away we go here in the second period. Ty Gibson knocked down on his way into the offensive zone. A shot by Berezowski is steered away by Cowan. And if you're the Silvertips, you have to be thinking to shoot the puck from all angles because their first goal of the game was scored from the boards. Second goal, a rebound tucked in deep. You have to figure that wing and played down the length of the ice. It is Jackson Berezowski in behind the defense. Beating Brinson down the ice, but the Chiefs much more of a pugilist. Here he is up the left side. Petrick set up in front for Paskowitz, chipped wide. Along the near side corner boards is Andrew Petrick, back to Bo Courtney. From the point, it's Aiden Sutter. Petrick leaves back for his defenseman Hamill. Hamill rockets it around behind the Spokane cage. Brinson will start things up from his own corner. Aaron's pass. Jamieson for the Silvertips plays it deep. Out for Pelletier on the far wall. Back to the point. Dexter Whittle lofts it into the air. It lands into the net. Pelletier has Heslop and Berezowski with him. Face-off won by Pelletier. Jamieson at the point. A shot blocked by Streak. Up into the air. It lands just in front of the crease. Picked up by Jamieson. Maneuvers to his left. Shot off the end boards. Funnels out to Whittle, who ranges over. Down low for Berezowski. Berezowski saucing, looking for Pelletier. Cut off by DeLuc. Taps it back for Zaplitny. A nice break in for the Tips. Here's Zaplitny. A wrister that's blocked. Rebound picked up by Bear. Back to the blue line. Sutter, a drive. Saved by Cowan. Rebound loose in between the hash marks. Bear reaches for it. Woodward and Zaplitny both down. It squibs out to the far circle. Gibson fields. Down low for Bear. Spins off a defender in McIsaac. Cycles down low for Woodward. In the corner. Run up against the wall by Gross. Skirmish for the puck in the far corner as Woodward knocked down again. Bear distributes to the blue line. It's Aiden Sutter near side. His wrister punched away by Cowan. Off the glass. Reaching arm down onto the ice. Sutter on the face-off win crosses to Gibson. Long wrister, a tip in front. Heslop got a piece of it. Out into the far corner. Berezowski a shot. Turned aside by Cowan. Sutter now along the near wall. Drops for Pelletier. Skating in against Berkeley Catton. Heslop comes over to provide support. In the near corner. Puck pops free. Berthollet spins with it out towards Cayenne Gruette in front of the penalty box doors. Turns and sends it towards Cowan. Left beside the net by Braden Crampton. 8.5 minutes gone by here in the second period. It's 3-2 Everett as Crampton skates out to his left, marked by Zaplitny. Pass up the left side intended for Will. Over for Aiden Sutter along his own bench. Sutter flips it into the near corner. It is Brinson. Turnover in front. Berezowski skates in. Poked off his stick by Will Jamieson, who's been out there for a while. It is Paskowitz throwing a hit. Bouncing puck out at the point. Pelletier gets a new twig back from equipment manager Damon Puggarud. He gets it to Berezowski from the slot. A shot sent wide. Heslop swoops in. Out to the blue line, Jamieson. His wrister a save. Rebound pops between the hash marks out to Gibson. Played off the far wall, taken away by Tomas, joined by Gruet and Pelletier. Heslop dances to the backhand. Heslop ranges behind the net. It's covered up by Cowan. Saplitny carries in, surrounded by Chiefs. Leaves the puck at the near circle. Between his legs, gets it to the crease, covered up by Cowan, hitting the neutral zone. Here's Courtney up the wing with Petrick. Courtney to his backhand, looking towards the net, forced wide by Brinson. Sutter. Pelletier wins the draw, over for Berezowski. Back to the point, Caden Hamill. Hamill at the center of the blue line, holding on his backhand. Hands off to Sutter. Steps forward. Sutter comes his way in. Backdoor for Berezowski, just past his stick. Ooh, straight. It's 3-2 Silvertips. Up comes Bo Courtney. Courtney forced off the puck by Will McIsaac. Good job by McIsaac to take out some space. Jackson Berezowski on the right side. Berezowski staple gunned against the boards by Brinson. Into the far corner. Carter Bear. Around behind the net. Bear set up in front. Broken up by Brinson. Space and a chance for Gruet. In one-on-one against Gross. A long wrister. A save made by Cowan. Gruet wanted to make sure he got a shot off against Cowan, who hasn't seen a puck. As here's Woodward, a shot. That's kicked away by Cowan. That's the other thing, is that why not see Heslop ahead for Raphael Pelletier. Forced back towards center, and Caden Hamill, who had a very busy first period. In towards the near corner, it's Kyan Gruet. Takes a heavy shove from Reagan Wiles. A good hip check by the Spokane captain. Gruet digs it free in the far corner, looking down low for Woodward, past his stick, and carried out by the Chiefs. Hamill picks it up on the right side, cuts across the center ice. Hamill a long shot, getting a piece of it. Cowan guides it into the far corner against Crampton. Now Berezowski in on his backhand, in the corner, spins, holds in the far corner, out to the point. Whittle crosses Sutter, a drive that's sent wide. Whittle out down low for Pelletier. Taken by Crampton, and Spokane able to. Courtney racing forth, harassed from behind by Campar. Courtney lofts it for himself. Into the offensive end, taken by Spokane. Wiles has his pass cut off by Eric Jamieson. Jamieson forces the puck into the far corner. Another Berezowski takes a hit, but he leads Heslop in 2-on-1. Heslop for Pelletier off his backhand. Pelletier in a difficult position as a right-hander, trying to settle that puck down and pull it away. A 3-on-2. Drops for Paskowitz. In with Whittle. Paskowitz for Whittle, and the slot cut off. A rebound forced over to the right wing and past the stick of Paskowitz. It's Hayes in front of Cowan as Pelletier now crosses for Woodward. Woodward with Gruet in front. Woodward around behind the net. A shot. He scores! A rebound picked up by Woodward. As we take a look at the replay, it's a scramble in front of the net. Woodward tucks it at the near side, and that's another goal where Dawson Cowan is hugging the post. He's got to be able to absorb that on the near side, as that for the last couple of weeks, but it is still bottom of the Western Conference at 69.8% success. Berezowski sets the screen in front. Gibson and Sutter play pitch and catch at the blue line. Pelletier far circle. Pelletier backdoor for Gibson, off his skates, loose in front, over the stick of Berezowski. Pelletier to Heslop, drops for Gibson, steps forward, backdoor off the side of the net. Ooh, Berezowski was waiting, and he got close. Berezowski sitting at 43 goals, only 4 away from the single-season record in Silvertip history. It is Gibson high slot. To his right, Jesse Heslop. He's got 2 tonight. Let's go tip Shan up from the Silvertip faithful. Gibson, Heslop near circle. Out to Sutter. Wrister, save Cowan. Rebound out to Gibson. Fumbled with the puck. It's cleared by Lane. To the left wing, off the glass, pitches it deep. That will do it for the penalty to Berkeley Catton. But pressure still applied by the Silvertips as Woodward has it at the far circle. Rowan Woodward back to the blue line. Sutter unloads a shot that's wide. Dexter Whittle a shot gloved out of the air by Cowan, and he hangs up with 9. Heslop crosses center, rolls it deep. Carter Bear on with Kyan Gruet and Rowan Woodward. Woodward, a goal scorer here in the third, who's had a couple of really nice smooth skating plays here this evening. It hasn't resulted in any goals for him, but boy, has it set up some good looks. On the near side, Paskowitz takes a check from behind from Cicek. Here's Petrick in the high slot. Petrick brought down from behind. It draws a penalty. Second unit power play quarterback. Face-off won by the Tips. It's Heslop on with Pelletier, Berezowski, Gibson, and Sutter. Sutter holds at the far point. Looks to the net, a save. A rebound in front. Whacked at by Berezowski, but picked up wide of the net by Hayes. Here in regulation, it's Jesse Heslop nudging forward for Pelletier. Pelletier off the side of the net. Airborne, it's Will McIsaac in the far corner. Takes a check from Ty Gibson. Sends it out to the far point, Sutter. Berezowski along the wall. To the point, Sutter crosses to Gibson. Pressure applied by Hayes. Looped in deep. Berezowski out for Pelletier. To the point, Sutter squares, fires. Glove save, Cowan. It's one clean by Pelletier. Out to Sutter at the far wall, plenty of space. Holding center of the blue line to Pelletier, far circle. Back to Sutter. One-timer save by soft dot next to Cicek. One again by Pelletier to the blue line. Sutter over for Pelletier. Has Berezowski spotting up in the blue paint. Sutter steps forward, a wrister off the glass. Rebound picked up by Berezowski and out towards the near side point for Gibson. Crosses to Sutter, back for Gibson. He holds a wrister, tipped by Berezowski. Loose in the blue paint. Swiped at by Pelletier and wide. Out around behind the net, it's Heslop. 45 seconds to go in the power play. Berezowski got what he wanted there. He got lumber on the puck. Here's Gibson again, a shot. A save, Reed. A rebound in front, swipe wide. Sutter again, a shot. That's blocked. Picked up by Pelletier. Looks to the net. Off the iron. Out to the blue line, kept in Pelletier again. To his left, Sutter. Sutter with a screen, saved by Cowan. Behind the net, Heslop. Heslop near circle. 20 seconds to go in the power play. Heslop high slot. Looks off a man. Out to Gibson near circle. Squares to the net, save Cowan. Far circle, Pelletier to the blue line, Sutter. One last shot, gloved out of the air by Cowan. Joined by Petrick and Paskowitz. Around the shoot, it's stopped by the stick of Cowan. Cowan lifts it past a forechecking Petrick. It's loose. Petrick in. Petrick shoots it high. 4.5 to go in regulation. Paskowitz. Andrew Petrick hunting for his first WHL goal, came very close. Here's Sutter. Skating in the left wing. Petrick backdoor just over his stick. Gibson in close. Petrick. Turnaround shot blocked. Room for Petrick to work. He's got it near side. Shot saved. Rebound shoved wide. Sutter again. Good shift here for Petrick. Very noticeable. Sutter a shot gloved out of the air by Cowan, and he has joined by Heslop. Lead pass intended for Heslop just out of his reach. Touched into the far corner. Heslop run up against the boards. Berezowski kicks it for himself. Banks it to the blue line. Hamill. A wrister off some legs. Hops out to the far circle. Saplitny gets a stick on it, trying to sit in the third period to tie it. In the near corner in their own zone with 10 seconds left off the circle. Won by Pelletier, over for Hamill on the right wing. Hamill back to Heslop. Heslop in the final seconds, shot tip just wide. And we have overtime. Berezowski, soft pass for Hamill. Hamill working up against Wiles, protects in the far corner, forced off the puck, Gibson providing support. 2 D-men on for the Silvertips with 1 forward. Cade Hayes holding behind his net. Up the left side, it's Reagan Wiles. Up on the left side, enters in. Around behind the net. Has Pelletier in the high slot. Looks him off, now drops it to the point. Pelletier up against McIsaac. Hits the brace, lost his footing. Up come the Chiefs with Dusty up with Pelletier. Raphael Pelletier looking to the near corner. Picked up by Berezowski. Hamill is in the neutral zone. He'll retrieve. Berezowski and Pelletier need a change. Jamieson is on with Gibson. 3 defensemen off of the Tips. Airborne puck. Hamill's got it in the near corner. Caden Hamill has it. Hamill working as a forward. Brings a man down. Hamill in the near side point. Skates out to the neutral zone. Dishes to Gibson. Gibson pushes play into the far corner with 2:15 remaining in overtime. Picked up by Berthollet. Berezowski. Berezowski with Pelletier. Berezowski to the trailer. Sutter grabbed on it. 2-on-0 the other way. Up for Berezowski. Enters in. Drops for Pelletier. Pelletier with a lane. In for Berezowski. Denied by Cowan. Dawson Cowan outstretched the right leg. Now with 20, British Columbia. The young lefty picks up the puck and slowly cuts to his left. In on Cowan. To the backhand. Glove save Cowan. The captain for the Silvertips hedges to his right. In with speed. Forehand shot, glove saved by Cowan. No, it trickled through. It's for a hero moment on Everett ice. The right-handed Pelletier.